Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The tension was so thick, you could have cut it with a knife when Eileen Davidson auditioned for The Young and the Restless back in 1982. The soap was building a new family around the father-son duo of John and Jack Abbott, and the casting of John's elder daughter Ashley had to be perfect. Among those vying for the role, Davidson told The Locker Room in 2021, were Catherine Hickland, later Lindsay on One Life to Live, and Leanne Hunley, later Anna on Days of Our Lives. How did the future Emmy winner keep her eye on the prize? By losing a contact lens. When that happens, Davidson noted, it messes with one's depth perception, and, you can't see crap. So when during her tryout with the late Terry Lester, who first played Jack, he put his feet on a coffee table to block her path, she wound up kicking his legs out of the way. That's probably part of the reason I got the job. But it's certainly not the reason that since June 11th of that year Davidson has kept it, and kept being able to return to it for all these years. The show recast twice upon her departure, with Brenda Epperson and Sherry Shattuck, then brought Davidson back at the first opportunity. The actress brings more than strength and elegance to the part, she brings a vulnerability that speaks volumes about the fragile heart that Ashley tries so hard to protect in a fire that serves as a constant reminder that she is a force to be reckoned with. Over the years, Davidson has slayed in one meaty storyline after another, from Ashley's abortion of her and Victor Newman's child to a May December affair with bold and beautiful playboy Rick Forrester. And yet, we've only begun to scratch the surface of what could lie in store for the embattled chemist. What would be her portrayer's preference for her next act? From Stephen Lasseter's death to her disastrous remarriage to Tucker McCall, she's always the one getting her heart broken, she noted to Soap Opera Digest in 2022, so it's time that she goes out and breaks some hearts. Amen to that. Until Ashley once again has, as Rihanna would put it, love on the brain. Review the below photo gallery of all of her husbands so far. On her young and restless Ashley-versary, Eileen Davidson looks back and ahead. It's hard to believe that 4 decades have passed since a young, radiant Eileen Davidson first stepped into the role of Ashley Abbott on The Young and the Restless. The year was 1982, big hair, shoulder pads, and synth pop ruled the world, and Genoa City was just beginning to grasp the emotional whirlwind that would be Ashley Abbott. As we celebrate her Ashley-versary, Davidson, ever graceful, takes a moment to reflect on her legacy, the evolution of a character she helped define, and the unpredictable road that still lies ahead. Ashley was always a fighter. In a warmly lit corner of CBS Studios, Davidson settles into an armchair like a woman reunited with an old friend. Ashley's been with me for so long, she feels like a piece of my DNA now, she says with a nostalgic smile. But she's also her own entity. She's grown in ways I could have never imagined when I first read for the role. Davidson was cast in the role at a time when soaps were juggernauts of daytime television, holding millions in thrall with their tangled romances, betrayals, and boardroom battles. Ashley was originally envisioned as the brilliant but emotionally fragile daughter of John Abbott, a woman with a mind for science and a heart always in search of safety. She was smart but soft-spoken. I always felt like she was watching the world through slightly misty eyes, Davidson reflects. But it didn't take long for that softness to harden into something steelier. Ashley endured betrayals, miscarriages, mental breakdowns, secret paternities, corporate warfare, and a carousel of heartbreaks. Yet she emerged from each storm stronger, more complex. The writers gave her these beautiful, impossible choices, Davidson says. And I had to find the humanity in all of them, even when Ashley was doing things that made fans throw shoes at their TV. The power of reinvention. Davidson has left The Young and the Restless more than once, and returned, each time, with deeper insight and a stronger connection to Ashley. Soap characters don't get the luxury of a neat, tidy arc. They grow like ivy. Twisting, sometimes in unexpected directions, but always alive, she says. What makes Ashley unique, Davidson explains, is that she balances intellect and vulnerability in a way few characters manage. She's run Abbott, faced down Victor Newman more times than I can count, and yet, she still wears her heart right there on her sleeve. It's a dangerous place to put it, but that's what makes her real. This duality is one reason Davidson thinks Ashley has endured. She's not a caricature. She's a woman you could meet at a board meeting or in a therapist's office. She's brilliant and broken, she's ambitious and afraid, and through it all, she keeps moving forward. Soap stardom and sisterhood. Davidson's Ashley has also been part of one of soap's most beloved families, the Abbotts. Her on-screen relationships with Jack, Tracy, and patriarch John form the emotional backbone of countless storylines. The scenes with Jerry Douglas, John Abbott, will always be sacred to me, she says softly. He gave so much soul to that role. There was never a time when I didn't feel completely safe and inspired in our scenes together. As for Beth Maitland, Tracy, and Peter Bergman, Jack Davidson lights up. We've been through everything together, divorces, deaths, double crosses. You name it. And yet, every time I'm in a scene with Peter, there's this spark of familiarity that goes beyond acting. We're family. Off-screen too, Davidson has found enduring friendships. Soap sets can be chaotic, fast-paced, emotional, but when you've worked with someone for decades, a deep bond forms. There's nothing like it. Moments that made Ashley. Ask Davidson to pick Ashley's most defining moments, and she exhales, there are simply too many. There's the time she faked a pregnancy to hold on to Victor, that was so heartbreaking. The loss of her baby, a moment that haunts Ashley to this day. And then, the breast cancer storyline, which was incredibly emotional for me. I had family members who'd gone through it, so I felt an enormous responsibility to get it right. One scene that still sticks with fans, and Davidson herself, is Ashley's breakdown in Paris. That was one of the most raw performances I've ever given, she recalls. I just let go. It wasn't about technique or blocking or even hitting lines perfectly. It was about surrendering to her pain. And when the director yelled, "Cut," the whole crew was in tears. It was a moment of true collective empathy. Another highlight, Ashley taking over Jabbit and finally stepping out of Jack's shadow. For years, Ashley supported everyone else. She made sacrifices. That power grab, it wasn't just ambition, it was about finally claiming her worth. Beyond Genoa City, though Ashley is a cornerstone of The Young and the Restless, Davidson has also brought the character to the bold and the beautiful, creating crossovers that thrilled fans and expanded Ashley's universe. Playing Ashley in a different context was fascinating, Davidson says. She felt like a woman on vacation but still carrying all her baggage. She was freer, flirtier, but still so grounded in her past. Outside of soaps, Davidson's resume is equally impressive, from starring in Days of Our Lives to winning a Daytime Emmy, and even making waves in the world of reality TV with The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. That was a wild ride, she laughs. But I learned a lot about myself. It was like looking in a mirror and seeing all the roles I don't get to play on TV. Looking forward, as Davidson celebrates over 40 years with The Young and the Restless, she's not slowing down, and neither is Ashley. Wherever Ashley goes next, I want it to be honest, Davidson says. Maybe she finds love again, maybe she loses it. Maybe she builds something brand new. But it has to be grounded in truth. Davidson has ideas, of course. I'd love to explore more of Ashley's legacy as a scientist. Bring her back into biotech. Let her fight for something bigger than boardroom power. Or maybe revisit her role as a mother. Abby's grown, but there's still so much to say about generational trauma and healing. And yes, she's open to Ashley finding happiness, though with a caveat. Happiness doesn't have to mean a man or a mansion, she says. It can mean peace, self-respect, a home you build within yourself. A love letter to the fans. Davidson is quick to acknowledge the fans who've followed Ashley's journey through every heartbreak, triumph, and hair transformation. You've written me letters, stopped me in airports, sent flowers after big storylines, your love is what keeps Ashley alive. She pauses for a moment, visibly emotional. There were times I thought I was done. That the story had ended. But then someone would say, Ashley helped me through my divorce, or, I watched with my grandmother who's now gone. And I realized, this is bigger than me. Ashley belongs to all of us. The legacy of Ashley Abbott. At its heart, the story of Ashley Abbott is one of resilience. She is a survivor, a seeker, a scientist, a sister, and a symbol of what it means to rise from ruin again and again. And Eileen Davidson, she's the architect of that legacy, a masterclass in evolution, depth, and emotional truth. Few actresses can say they've helped shape the cultural lexicon of daytime television. Fewer still have done it with such grace, humor, and fire. As she stands at the precipice of her Ashleyversary, Davidson doesn't look back with nostalgia alone, she looks ahead with fire in her eyes. The story isn't over, she says. Not for Ashley, not for me, not by a long shot. And with that, one thing is certain, whether she's in the boardroom, the bedroom, or the battlefield of family, Ashley Abbott will keep fighting. And Eileen Davidson will keep dazzling. Thanks for watching this video and please subscribe our Update World 24 YouTube channel for more update news.